All right, family. We live once again with the general. We got a very controversial subject going on right now at this time. We're gonna be talking about the young brother Cyrus, Carmack-Beton, who was unalived by this Chinaman from uh his name is Rick Chow, and I talked about this when it happened. Very, very sad situation. Totally unavoidable. You know, you gonna kill a young boy over some damn water. It's totally and the shit that they talking about is bullshit. You know, this is bullshit. They not gonna let you kill one of their children over no damn water. I could tell you that. Have you ever heard of a Chinese, and don't act like Chinese don't steal. Chinese steal too. Yeah, motherfuckers always acting like, is everybody but black people. I mean, or everybody except black people. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, uh, uh, they walk on water and clouds and shit. But Chinese steal too. You ever heard of a Chinese shoot a Chinese child over some damn water or anything like that? I mean, this shit just real. I couldn't even concede that. If you see a motherfucker run with some water, let him run. Don't let him come. If nothing else, don't let him back in the store. If you feel like charge it to the game, man. Water. I mean, goddamn, you can go down and get water for little nothing and shit. Some bottles of water, dollar. And when you think of how much the shit costs and how much they sell it for, I mean, you're getting the shit dirt cheap anyway. So you gonna shoot the boy and you come out the store. This is the crazy part about it. I mean, once they get away from the store and they running and they moving away, they're not a threat. You went and chased that boy. You know, you went and chased that boy, and you shot and killed that young man, and it should. I don't know. And I know they going and I don't think you could be charged twice for it. Double jeopardy. I don't believe you can be, but I know they gonna try to go after him. What is it? Civil lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna have a civil lawsuit. But nevertheless, people just talking about, and I don't, and I don't even deal with the terminology like to boycott. Let's boycott age. You shouldn't be spending your motherfucking money with them. No way. It shouldn't even be called a boycott because Black Power is about spending your money with your people anyway. Why the fuck you gonna you call it a boycott? It's I call it Black Power. I call it taking over your own community and spending it. He wouldn't even be let them white folks patronize his ass. You see what I'm saying? See how much. See if they didn't have black people patronizing their ass, they wouldn't even come to a fucking America. When it come to them, when it come to them, the nails, and when it come to the fucking the beauty supply stores and all of that shit, they go straight to the black community and set up shop. So they don't have they don't come over here with the intent to service their own people. They come over here with the intent to rob black people for every damn thing. You see? So yeah, shut them down by practicing black power. Black power don't require you to boycott nobody because you spending your money with your own people any damn way. You saying, oh, because he fucked over the young boy, I'm a boycott them. When in fact you supposed to be uplifting your own goddamn community anyway. So, and so there it is. But again, because a lot of people root for China. People talk about Chinese peoples is racist as hell. Okay, just let's deal with that. They just as racist as fucking as them Neanderthal. They ain't nothing but a goddamn Neanderthal. I mean, shit. I mean, I say it. I say it. I don't have no problem saying that. I mean, that's the way that they talk about black people. You know, we can't goddamn ignore that. We can't ignore the shit, or how they speak about our people. I seen videos where, the motherfuckers was over there in Africa. The way that they was talking to people, they had the shit on video. They come to Africa and was talking to them like they was shit. You know what I'm saying? And one motherfucker just finally he just when he like I think he hit one the Chinese motherfuckers walked up and man, either he slapped the African or whatever. And man, that African man, you think all Chinese people know karate? Well, that motherfucker didn't know none, cause that nigga beat the brakes off his ass. You know what I'm saying? Beat the brakes off his ass. Matter of fact, I think he picked up a damn stick and cracked it. The China man hit him with a stick. That's what he did. He hit him with a stick. And man, that nigga turned into Bruce Leroy on his ass. You know what I'm saying? And so I know how they think. And so they just as racist as the Neanderthal. So cause he wouldn't have done, imagine it would have been a white boy. Do you think he would have killed a white boy like that? Do you think he would have killed a young white boy like that? He would have thought long and hard about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he know damn well they be ready to deport his motherfucking ass. They be ready to take every fucking thing from him. You know what I'm saying? Because they already looking at it. And I'm going to tell you, you have to also think politically, did they let that boy, did they let old Rick Chow off because of the tension that it may cause? It's going to cause tension any goddamn way. That it would cause to have a Chinaman locked up. What would it look like? Is they thinking how would it look to China at this time if they lock a Chinaman up, for for killing this young black boy. But see, a lot of people don't know when you go over like to Japan, and I don't know about China. Japan is like the leading consumer of Samboism. Did y'all know that? All the little Sambo books and little Sambo dolls and little Sambo figurines and shit. Japan is the leading consumer and creator of a lot of Sambo characters and dolls and books and shit. So they carry on Samboism, and they didn't have a lot of choice words about black people in America that black people had to get on their ass back in the day about shit that slipped out of their mouth, about our people, and so yes, they most definitely are racially biased against us, and we should know that. And so I feel bad because I seen the brother running from the store, and at that point, once that boy get away from that store, you have to let that boy go. You call the police if that's what you choose to do. If you feel like he stole something, you call the police, but you're not supposed to turn into no damn vigilante and run after somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because first and foremost, you didn't put yourself in harm's way. Motherfucker got a right to pop your ass. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit, I ran away because I ain't got nothing. And the man talking about he about to do something to me. And so I'm running down the street to get away from him, and he's still following me. Which the little boy had something on me. Like I ran and he kept, and I didn't have nothing on me. And he said he was gonna kill me and shit. So I had to defend myself. I was trying to flee. I was trying to get away from the scene. Man, I would have some man and pull that man wig back. I swear to God. I swear to God. I would, If it got to be, I'd rather it be you than be me. I'll tell you that. So, somebody gonna have to be judged, but somebody gonna have to go in the ground. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. And I can tell you that any goddamn day. I take my chances being judged by 12. I tell you that. Yeah, and I didn't really, I seen where the brother took off, but I didn't see the whole video. Don't want to see the whole video. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the whole. I seen, some aspects of it, but I didn't want to visually see, the young brother traumatized like that. And so, but I know what happened, and most definitely they should still go after his ass. They should go after his ass. And yes, but it's not about boycotting. It's about getting back to blackness. You know what I'm saying? This just show you that we have been far too removed from our natural being. He shouldn't have that kind of power. No damn way. He shouldn't have the ability to come. And I don't know what that what it looked like. It was he actually well, he had to be been in a black area. I don't know what the area looked like per se. I don't know. Is it a black community or is a mixed community? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I tell you what, this shouldn't be the end of it. I tell you that. You can't let him get away with no shit like that. The boy running and you chase the boy down and shoot him like that. You can't let nobody get away with no shit like that. No, if a motherfucker up on you and in person trying to attack you, but if somebody running away, man, it's just no different than the police shooting you in the back. If the person is fleeing and they are not in any threat to your being, I mean, you chase the boy down. What are you prepared to do? If this boy get to whooping your ass, he's 17. You might be older than him. You might feel you maybe a Rick Child knows some shit. Maybe he knows some karate or something. But if you chase a motherfucker down, what is you expecting to happen? It's gonna be a fucking confrontation. A motherfucker ain't gonna let you chase them down. So what at this point it's a different story because you done left the store, you done followed this boy, you know what I'm saying? And so I wish he would have had something on him. I do. If I could turn back the hands of time, you know what I'm saying, and slip something on him and shit, you know what I'm saying, so he could defend himself, I would. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I am biased. I'm biased in the motherfucking, and shit like that. That's just totally, that's just totally a murder. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. But and then they had the nigga in there, and he gonna go in there tap dancing. They got them some old Bojangles ass nigga went in there tap dancing for this China man. That's crazy. They wasn't gonna get. I say of all the people they could get, they go get this nigga in there. He think he a bootleg. What's his name? They got OJ off. You see what I'm saying? This nigga coming in here like he like, man, get on up out of here, man. You see what I'm saying? Get your ass on. And it is what it is. And they got them kind right there on deck just for a situation like that. So, they got them niggas right there on deck and run them right on in there. It's a fix. Go on in there and make it look like a black person stood up for Rick Child. So you that, persona that, yeah, there's some good Negroes out there and get Rick Child off. But it cannot end like that. You cannot let them, take that boy life like that. Can't let them take that boy life like that. So, keep going at him, you do the civil thing and whatever other recourse is necessary to balance the scale, whatever other recourse is necessary to balance the scale. But I know one thing, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. He shouldn't feel comfortable being nowhere on the scene. And you know what I'm saying? Just real talk, man. It just real talk. He should not feel comfortable being nowhere on the scene. Period. Okay? And motherfucker, get you a translator. If you don't get you a motherfucking translator. He should not feel comfortable being in the black community. If that's where he at, he should not feel comfortable being in the black community any longer. It's time for him to either take his motherfucking ass back to where he belongs, because it's not there. He gonna have to take his ass on and go he gonna have to go somewhere else. I tell you that. It should be that way. You know, if niggas didn't got that weak where you can let people kill your children in your own community and you don't do shit about it, man, you motherfuckers it's nothing else that we could say or do for some soulless niggas like y'all. Period. You're just soulless. You ain't got no soul, no self-determination or shit. You know, just throw in the fucking towel. All you niggas want to do is tap dance, rap, and shake and all of that, but you don't want to stand up for no cause. You know what I'm saying? So, so Rick Chow should know that it's not over. And I know you know it ain't over, Ricky. It's not over, Ricky Chow. The energy is still out there, and I pray that the ancestors bring on all the necessary energy to balance the scales. And I believe they will eventually be balanced. I do believe that they will eventually be balanced, and he can, his best bet is to get his ass back over there to Beijing or wherever he come from. He need to scoot, and get the fuck on from around our people while he can. While he can. You see? But anyway, family, I want to make sure y'all get over there, click that link at the top of the chat, get over there to Patreon. We talk about all subjects, social issues, but on Patreon we got some historical cultural information for the family that we most definitely need. Mississippi mound builders, children of the African Olmecs, we stepping up real hard all the way around. We want you to get over there right now, sitting right on the top of Patreon. We got over 600 exclusive live streams. How could a Black Indian race originate in Arctic North America? This is visually a profound video. Man, we got all type of visuals, man, that'll blow the mind. I want you to get over there, get that work. And coming tomorrow, the Egyptian dragon Morpheus and the dream world. I want y'all to check that out. We're going to get into our magic. We're going to get into our esoterical energy, and I want you on the scene. Don't you dare miss it, family. Click the link at the top of the chat and get over there and get that amazing work from the general. I see y'all soon, and we send blessings to the family of young brother Cyrus, and and let the spirit we got to put his spirit to rest. Right, we got to do it. We got to do right. If we want our ancestors to bless us. So we have to do right. So get ready to balance them scales, family. And in any way, we got to balance them. I'll see y'all in a minute. Black Power.